It's almost!
He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here.
Hi, you're watching Firstpost. I am Russian President. Let's get started. On the show today, tickets for the ICC Champions Trophy match between India and Pakistan in Dubai went live and got sold out within minutes. Several fans were left frustrated after queuing up for 3 hours, only to be disappointed in finding out that the tickets were unavailable. So is the India versus Pakistan clash equivalent to Coldplay concert of cricket? Meanwhile, battle between world number 1 Magnus Carlsen and chess's governing body FIDE has turned ugly. Carlsen's camp has aired screenshots of conversation with FIDE management, and Carlsen has even demanded resignation of the FIDE president. More on that on the show, but first, let's take a look at the latest headlines on Sports 360. Starting with football, Cristiano Ronaldo scored a brace in Al Nassr's 4-0 win over Al Wassoul in the AFC Champions League clash. The Portuguese superstar unveiled a new celebration of a crashing plane during the Saudi club's match. Al Nassr, with 16 points, are currently third in the Group B standings. Meanwhile, Chelsea came from behind to beat West Ham 2-1 in their Premier League clash. Trailing at the beginning of the second half, Pedro Neto scored the equaliser for the London club. West Ham's Aaron Wan-Bissaka scored an own goal to push Chelsea to 4th spot in the points table. Former Spanish football president Luis Rubiales' trial began yesterday. This concerns Rubiales kissing World Cup winner Jenny Hermoso after Spain's 2023 win without her consent. Hermoso testified against Rubiales and said she felt disrespected after the kiss and the incident tarnished Spain's World Cup win. In tennis, world number 7 Daniil Medvedev beat Stan Wawrinka in round 32 fixture of the ATP Rotterdam. The second seed overcame the first set loss to win the tie 6-7, 6-4, 6-1. Medvedev will now face Mattia Bellucci in round of 16. An Australian cricket commentator, Peter Lalor, was fired by SEN Radio. It was over his social media posts on Gaza. He shared content about Israeli attacks and Palestinian prisoners. Peter Lalor's network saw this as controversial. Cricketer Usman Khwaja defended Lalor, calling the sacking quote-unquote unbelievable. The ICC Champions Trophy begins in about 2 weeks. And while it is still not sure whether the host nation Pakistan will be ready in time or not, fans are already gearing up for the biggest clash of the tournament, India versus Pakistan. The match will be hosted in a neutral venue, which is Dubai, and after a long delay, the tickets for the match went on sale. And they were sold out within minutes of going live, leaving fans scrambling to secure the seats. Is the India versus Pakistan clash the Coldplay of cricket? Our report dives deep.
After more than 6 months of some iconic fixtures, the focus once again shifts to the marquee clash between India and Pakistan. The arch-rivals will resume battle on the 23rd of February. The battleground is set. The Dubai International Stadium is set to host the biggest crowd puller in world cricket. And it would be no less than a war when the two Asian giants take the field in the ICC Champions Trophy. Because even before the game, shots have been fired from both sides. India forced Pakistan to accept the hybrid model over security concerns. Pakistan's cricket board, or the PCB chief, Mohsin Naqvi, even took a jibe at India, saying that Pakistan is ready to host the whole thing. So when February 23rd comes, every cricket lover would want to be present in Dubai for this mega clash. But sadly, only about 30,000 people would get to witness the mother of all rivalries. And even for them, securing tickets was not an easy task. After much delay, the tickets went on sale for India's matches in Dubai. Minutes after the tickets went live for the India vs Pakistan match, they were sold out. Reports say around 150,000 people queued up for 3 hours for the biggest rivalry, only to find out that most categories were already unavailable. Very similar to what happened with the Indian fans during Coldplay's world tour. Tickets were sold out minutes after they went live, and rightly so. Just like how Chris Martin's lights guide a music lover home, the battle between Indian batters and Pakistani bowlers is electrifying for any cricket lover. The only silver lining for the Coldplay lovers, though, was there were still 4 concerts a fan could attend. But there is only one India-Pakistan match, which only comes during any multilateral event like the World Cups or the Asia Cups. With bilateral ties cut off due to political tensions between the neighbours, fans wait for months to experience this historic rivalry, which is the reason why every time an India vs Pakistan match happens, it is always a packed stadium. The last time the two sides faced each other was in the 2024 T20 World Cup, where 34,000 people were present. Before that, it was in Ahmedabad for the 2023 ODI World Cup, where a record 125,000 people saw the game from the stands. In the Asia Cup in Colombo, a packed stadium welcomed the two rivals, and the iconic fixture at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, or the MCG, saw over 100,000 people watch the closely contested battle. The same match when Virat Kohli smashed Haris Rauf all over the park, giving millions of Indians joy not just in Australia but all across the globe. Pakistani fans fear the terror of Kohli's bat. So when he takes charge against Pakistan, fans would be hoping for something similar. And it's moments like these that every board and even the governing bodies want to capitalize on, which is the reason why the ICC has set a massive price for the showdown clash. The ticket prices start from $136 with the most expensive going up to $1,400. And despite such expensive tickets, they were sold out within minutes of it going live. A win-win for the ICC too, because after the low ticket prices that Pakistan has set for the matches it is hosting, particularly with some starting at just $3, even ICC needed something grand to cover up the charity they did for Pakistan. And what better than an India vs Pakistan clash? The stage is set, the fans are ready, the calendar marked, and Dubai cannot wait.
World number 1 Magnus Carlsen and the chess governing body FIDE are doing everything to pull down each other. The battlefield is turning uglier with each passing day. And after Carlsen won round 1, he forced FIDE to award him the joint winner at the World Blitz Championship. And soon after, the round 2 went in the governing body's favour after India's greatest chess player Viswanathan Anand withdrew from a tournament co-organised by Norway's Carlsen. And now Carlsen's camp have fired shots directly at FIDE. And the third round has ignited a firestorm in the chess world, because now they have exposed private communications with the FIDE management. One pointing out that FIDE is being run by Russian President Vladimir Putin's ally, and the second accusing the governing body's president Arkady Dvorkovich of coercion, broken promises and abuse of power. Let me set this one up for you. FIDE and Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour, which is co-organized by Carlsen, have been at war of words for over a month. This over the freestyle organizers wanting to name the winner of the tournament as world champion. But the governing body feels that a tournament which isn't associated to FIDE shouldn't hold the authority to award a world title. And rightly so, because a world champion is never crowned in freestyle tournament. Like in cricket and football, it is always an ICC World Cup and FIFA World Cup in which the tournament is always associated with the governing body. And now, over this, these two parties have been fighting for the past few weeks. Reportedly, the governing body pressured players to sign a waiver prohibiting participation in any non-FIDE sanctioned world championship. And in the aftermath of FIDE's action, members from the freestyle chess camp aired private messages from FIDE's president Arkady Dvorkovich and CEO Emil Sutovsky. Carlsen revealed that in the messages sent by Dvorkovich to his father Henrik Carlsen, the FIDE chief assured him that the players participating in freestyle event wouldn't face any consequences. And further, Carlsen even accused FIDE president of not keeping his promise. A promise that the FIDE boss made to make Carlsen play at the World Blitz event. Now I understand that Carlsen and Freestyle Tour may not be right in being adamant on using the name World Champion for the competition winner. But when the president of the governing body gives assurance of something, shouldn't normally he should live up to it? Because he holds the utmost power. If he has taken a decision, he is expected to stay firm on it. And the feud, this highlights the spineless acts of FIDE. Something that was visible during the World Blitz event last year. The president not only bowed down to Carlsen's demands, but also awarded him the joint winner. A provision which is not even there in the FIDE rulebook. And this is not the only conversation that puts FIDE under the scanner. Carlsen's trainer Peter Han Nielsen also shared a snippet of the conversation that he had with FIDE CEO Emil Sutovsky in 2018. Nielsen's conversation clearly proves what the FIDE president's own men feel about him. However, following the conversation leak, Sutovsky tried doing some damage control.
The day Nielsen shows his real face, not only he posts a private conversation, but he also does not mention it took place in 2018. They must be really angry not to get their hands on the World Championship thing.
Now sure, the conversation happened in 2018. But when the current CEO felt Russian President Vladimir Putin's involvement in Dvorkovich's decisions back in the day, will he feel any different today? Especially when the chess world knows Dvorkovich's past relations with the Kremlin. Now he has held several positions in the Russian government, the most prominent being the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia from 2012 to 2018. And notably, Dvorkovich at once was also the assistant to the Russian president. Clearly, Dvorkovich is well versed with Putin and the power corridors of the Kremlin. And now it seems like FIDE is digging up its own grave this time. If it does not stay united in its own camp, how will FIDE fight a battle that involves the #1 ranked player in chess? Now I understand that demands made by Carlsen in Freestyle Tour may be unreasonable on many levels. But this episode highlights how poorly run FIDE is. They are just falling into their own traps time and again. First, they fined Carlsen for wearing denims in the World Rapid event. When they bent their rules to bring Carlsen back, shockingly wearing a denim, and even promising Carlsen's father of no action against freestyle participants, followed by awarding him the joint World Blitz title, just to be in Carlsen's good books. Now the leaks prove that the president does not even have the backing of his own men. He is running a ship, a management, that has accused him of being Kremlin-tied. And not just any member of the team, it is the second most influential figure in the governing body, the CEO of FIDE. And now, as round 3 is clearly going in Carlsen's favor, the question is, how would FIDE react to it? And that for sure remains to be seen. And finally, it's time for last serve. Indian batter Abhishek Sharma is making waves in the cricket world. While it all started with Abhishek smashing bowlers in the final T20 International of the series, Abhishek is now getting compared with another star, Lamine Yamal. And the comparison has come directly from FIFA's World Cup handle. Take a look. That's all for today on Firstpost. Thank you for joining us. I am Gushin Garland and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Stay informed and stay tuned to Firstpost.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we've put together for you. And now to Bangladesh, touted as the minimum ways defense from that video. India's neighbours were the first to send this special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv. Team measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think that
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Tagwe. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
we were actually
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 4.3 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.